hopefully that's working. Might put this around the other side actually, just so we can get a better shot at it. Watch out for little bees. Oh, bees. New phone, new camera. We'll see how we go with this. I might make you put the little mints in there.
I don't have gloves on.
Well, you can hold the mints and then you
just
can
told
hand me
me
the
I
mint.
didn't need gloves.
Yeah, you don't. You're just going to hand me a mint. So when I ask you, you get a mint out and hand it to me. You can handle that, can't you?
Yes.
Right, we don't need to do it just yet.
No,
But,
when you open it, you check.
well, I've got to check first. I want to see how the frames are going. I may have to change one of the frames out. And hopefully, because we're not going through the whole beehive, they won't get too flighty with us. So if I lift the roof off. Oh, there's one bee in there. Oh, two bees in there. It's okay, we'll get that off. And there's a gecko hiding in there, just lost his tail. Oh, it's a little bit stuck. A few bees on there. And down the front there. I don't know if I need my smoker or not. Those are really working on those bee frames. Now these frames we put in last week. Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah, all over.
They have drawn all that out. That was all just wax. That was just a wax sheet last week. They've already drawn all that out. So last week, that was just wax foundation and they've drawn it all out. So in a week they've done all that work. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, you're buzzing me a little bit, I know. I'm annoying you because I'm pulling your house apart. Hello? Oh yes, you're going to buzz me, are you? Okay, you're getting a little buzzy. Probably should have got the smoker. If I can, you're right. I'm not going to come to you because I'm over here. They're just getting a little rowdy because I'm not using smoke. I don't like using gloves because it makes it harder to pick stuff up, but we'll use them today because I don't feel like being stung on the hands or anything. And they're not really that bad. Come on, girls. It's actually got nectar in that. Yep, there's clear nectar in that. So it's already got all nectar going into there. Awesome. I think the flow hive's got honey in it. There you go, I'll put it back in. Well, what I might do, I'm going to have a look at this frame on the outside. I might take this one out completely. they've done everything I think they have done. And they have pretty much. So that's my honeycomb I'm going to keep. And that's pretty much sealed up. No, not quite. Not quite sealed up there in that middle one. So these will become our honeycomb frames. It's not quite sealed, so I'm going to leave that. This side is pretty much. There's a few open cells, but that middle one still needs a little bit of capping to go on. So, and the bottom one isn't quite filled out yet, so we'll leave that one in there. I'll turn that around actually. No, I probably shouldn't do that, but it'll give them a little bit more room. Come on, girls. That's the way. Yeah, you got your bee space. Alright, now to get these ones out. This is a hard part. Sell a little bit there. Oh, what's on there is pretty much capped, but I don't think I really want to take that just yet. No, the inside's not capped, so we can't take the honey. So still not capped, so can't take the flow hive yet, but that's the most honey I've ever had in the flow hive, in the flow frames. On this hive anyway. I'll just leave that out for a minute, just so I can, excuse me girls, it'll stay there. Hopefully it'll stay there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any honey out of this one. It's a shame. We've eaten all the candies anyway. Oh, this one might be close to the harvest, I think. Yeah, we can harvest this one. So we can harvest this one, so we'll get one frame we can harvest. That's cool. Just a couple of cells that aren't ready, but that's alright because there's enough in there for us. Sorry girls, I know I've upset you. Trying to mess that up a little bit there, haven't I? It'll make it easier to put this frame back in now, taking that out. So we're going to harvest from that one on the end in a little while. We'll let them settle down and we'll come back and do that. We won't do it straight away. I don't want them completely and totally upset with me. Becky. Come on, Buzzies. Yeah, I know. What setting is now. So tight, it doesn't want to go back in there. I think they're trying to sting my glove. Does a bit of a wriggle. Yeah, no, it really upsets you, don't it? You know why it does that, but every time I take these frames out, I always have trouble getting them back in again. It's like they just don't want to go back together properly. There we go, that's a bit better. Not perfect, but it's together. Okay, we'll let them all settle down. Now, you open up that container and get these fuzzies off me. Then I'll come over and see you in a second. Yeah, you can go away now. Shoo, Buzzy Buzz. Well, I don't want to go near Jamie with you buzzing at me. Okay, if you open it up and just pass me a couple.
You said couple.
Yeah, give me.
Couple was two.
Yeah, I know. I'll come back and get some more off you in a second. You can probably go back over there again now. It's going away now. Calm down because we're out of the hive a little bit. So, I'm going to put one there. One there. One there. One there. Is that another 4? Okay. I'll come back again in a sec. Oh, drop that one down between the frames. Oh well,
They'll find it.
I'll figure it out. Oop, that one's on the ground. I might have to come back with my suit on to harvest because they're a little bit upset. Number 4, please. Almost done. Okay, I'll get my camera so we can see what I've done. I've put some of those mints on top. Now the mints apparently get rid of the hive beetles. They don't like the smell of the mint, and the bees eat it because it's a candy. So it's just like having sort of a honey supplement. So it doesn't affect the honey, and it gives the bees a little bit, tiny little bit of food, and we just replace them every week or so. So I'll put this little cover back on just for now, and I'll put the other little piece on the back. Come on, girls, out of the way. Oh yes, you're buzzing me again. Now I'm going to have to arch this nicely to hop out of the way. Because I want to put your lid back on. So we'll come back in a little while and do a harvest of one frame. Come on, girls. Please come. Come on. Oh, I don't want to squish yours. Oh, you're making things difficult. Alright. going to do it that way, I'll do this then. More than one way to skin a cat. Come on. Get out of there. He's out. Come on. Hurry up. Come on. Oh, they're really upset. If you don't move, I'm going to put the lid on and squishes. Right. Yes, I know, you're all upset with me now. Oops. Twisted. How did I manage to do that? It must have been like that the whole time. Hello. You're very buzzy. You getting buzzed over there, my dear? No? Oh, you're lucky then. It's just me. They just don't like me. That's all it is. Because they know I'm the beekeeper. They don't like me. Great big polar bear chasing them. I don't like bears. Wow. Maybe I'll get a couple close-ups of them for you. Yes, hello. Alrighty. We'll do a harvest in a little while, but I'll just let them calm down. I'll probably still have to wear my suit because I've upset them. Oh, yeah, they're really after me. Could be the honey that's on my gloves too. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Getting buzzed. That's why I put my suit back on. Alright, this should work, I hope. Alrighty. So, harvest one of these. I'll put my little flow hive things on, although that's a fair way down, but anyway. That's alright. It's just the way it worked out. And this is the back of my other flow hive. See, it's got my bees on it. This is the one we didn't put on at Sanford, so we saved it. I could put it that way and then the knobs are facing up. Might be a bit hard. Although, it probably won't hurt because My thing's going to drop there. When I do this, pop that off. I'll put the little door there. Look at that. I've got a little shelf to put everything on. This is cool. I'm not going to lose everything. And I'll take the top one out. Oh, a couple of bees in there. Oh, they're a little upset. Hello, girls. Sorry. Didn't mean to upset you. You've been stuck in there for a while. See what happens when I don't watch what I'm doing? Yeah, you can hop out of there now. Oh, she's off. Yes, you can go. You can't get in that way. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Buzzy, buzzy. See? It's my little bee. You can be gone now. Yeah. Hop on the front of there. There you go. Okay. So, put that there out of the way. So, I'm going to take the cap off the top. And we're going to take the cap out of the bottom. Come out like that. And we can stick the little tube in here. There's a little bit of propolis there, but get that out of the way. This is where the bees have tried to seal everything up. So a little drain thing. I'll grab a couple of containers. It's alright, just put them all there. Ta-da! Oh, how about you come and do it? I'll let you put it in the thing and you can undo the honey. So we'll put one container there. Just put these up over here over for now. I know I'm in the way of the camera, but you get that. Okay, so what you need to do, you come over here. Now this one here, you're going to come over this side near the tree. Yep, just watch your feet. That's it. Okay, now get this tool, see in the bottom hole there? Lift it up straight. Put it in about that far. About there, yeah. Okay, now you just, both hands you hold there, and then you can turn that, pull it down. Right? That's it. And wiggle it back the other way a little bit if you want. That's it, yeah, you can just stay there. Right. So it's horizontal, so we know that that's there. And if you watch, the honey's going to come out of there. Oh, it's clear. There's a bee buzzing. Hello, buzzy bee. This is our first harvest from our flow hive. From this one, anyway. We've done Jeff's. I was going to do the ones at Sanford, but we missed out on that. And if you only turn it that little bit, you're not the whole lot's not going in at once. And hopefully you don't get too much leakage inside the hive, so you don't get all the honey leaking out and the bees go, oh no, we're all covered in honey.
Fly, buzz off.
Yeah, there's a fly. Always a fly. It's the bees I'm worried about. If I flap my hands around, the bees tend to get me. Everybody sees me get stung all the time. That's part of my YouTube channel, is Trevor getting stung. Should probably go in there and get some honey. And then I'll have to dig her out. She's really annoyed with me. Oh, she can smell the honey. Oh, here she goes. I think she's upset because we're stealing her honey. I'll go over here and get those other containers. Just so they're ready to go. So you've done your first honey harvest. How cool is that? Hello. She's really buzzing me. I'm glad I left my suit on. You can see all the honey's draining out the back there. It's all running out through those cells. I'll just move that. Put the lids over on that side maybe. I don't really want to sit there. That's alright. I'll just hang on to them. That'll work. Might just give that a little bit more. little bit slow. Considering how hot it is today, I thought it'd run a little bit faster than that. Sure way, fly. You don't want flies. Yeah, bees can fall in there, I don't mind, but I don't want flies in my honey. Put that lid there. Might give you these. Can you hang on to those? I don't think they'll come and buzz you too much. Usually like buzzing me. Lots of honey down there in the tube. I'll be right back. You can stay and watch that for me. Something I thought of. Probably a bit silly to do now, but anyway. Probably won't work. Around that other side. Sorry girls. Hello, how are we? What? Did that fall off?
The honey's still on.
That's probably the only good thing. It's because I didn't put it on enough angle. Now the honey's coming out. Ready? Oh, hello. Now if I put this over here, so I can squeeze that, get the air out. There's our first one. Do what Uncle Jeff does and sit them on top and then watch them all fall off. No, I better not do that. Looks pretty nice. A little bit of air in it, but it's a lovely light colour. Lovely. Just put that down for now. Shouldn't fall off from over there. There's a bee trying to get into the container over there. I'll give this a little bit more. Not quite halfway through yet. That's one container. You got another lid there for me? Oop, just so we're ready. Put that one here. Harvesting honey is a slow old process when you do this, but it's much better than trying to get there and cut all the wax off. Although it is quicker doing it that way. And you've helped me do that a few times. But this is just so simple. Turn a key, the honey comes out. Still got to do all your beekeeping. It's not making it, you know, completely easy. Anybody can just go, yeah, I want bees, and just turn a tap. You've still got to manage your bees. You've still got to be a beekeeper. You can't just think, oh, I've got bees, I'll put a flow hive on, and I'll just turn a tap and the honey runs out and I get free honey. It doesn't quite work that way. You've still got to do all your bee management stuff. Now they've calmed down a little bit. Some of the honey might be leaking inside, and they're all in there trying to lap it up. That could be what's going on. It's not flowing too badly. I just thought it might have gone a little bit faster. I'm getting pretty hot. How about you? You might want to stand over in the shade of the tree. You can sit down there under the tree if you like. No? Honey's still dripping down inside there. I think I should get at least 2 kilos out of this. So we've got half there, and this one will make another one. That'll make 1. I think there's more than that in there, but we'll see how we go. You can actually see the bees in here, they're already cleaning up the wax on the inside, getting it ready for the next lot. It's pretty cool. Got a little bit more in there. We're about just on halfway there now with the tube, so you've got another container ready. Right, awesome you are. Sure way fly, you can't have any. It's getting pretty close, isn't it? I think it's a lot lighter than the last lot we got. Well, the last lot we had to get out of the frames, but even still. Almost at the little level mark in there, 500 mil, 500 grams. Yep, there we go. Here's my little lid. Next jar. Look at that. What do you reckon? Pretty good. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's still dripping down in there. I need a big drink of water when I'm finished here, that's for sure. That's so cool. Just runs out. Made it a bit easier when I lifted the front of the hive up. I forgot to do that because mine doesn't have the hive, the flow hive base where it has the angle on it. I've got a normal one because I changed it to put a pest tray in. So because it hasn't got that angle, I just lift the front of the hive, which means it runs back this way because it's running downhill, so it makes it easier for the honey to run out. So these cells in the back are almost empty, and there's bees starting to try and work inside there now, so they're trying to clean it up already. That's pretty cool. And it's good because the little cells are made like this, and they move like that. Because they're not together, when you move them, if a bee head was in there, it would hurt them. But because they're like this and they build wax between it, when it goes like this, the bee can still get in and out because of the gap, and the wax breaks, so it doesn't hurt the bees. So it's a very safe way to harvest. So you're not hurting the bees, you're not losing bees, you're not squashing bees, you're not covered in bees trying to get the honey out and taking it away to do the work and then put the frames back in. The frames are already in there, you don't have to worry about it. So it makes it so much simpler and easier. I reckon it's cool. It's almost number 3. It's almost 1.5 kilos. If we just open it a little bit at a time, you're not getting the honey pouring out. And I've got to quickly change containers either. Like, see, sometimes at Jeff's I've got to quickly swap them, and then the next one's ready and we're talking about stuff, and the next thing I turn around and go, quick, I've got to swap it before I lose it. End up with honey everywhere. That one's getting pretty close too. Another container. Oh, look at you. My assistant is doing such a fantastic job. I could get you a job doing this if you'd like it. Doesn't pay very well, but you get honey. That one's just about, yep, that's it. One over here, oh, it's nice and light, I like that. 3 containers. Oops, I just dropped water on my glasses. Oh, another lid. Thank you very much. Put it here next to this bee. Oh, see? Bees. I reckon we'll get 4 containers out. And we'll get at least 4. I'm hoping to get 4. I was hoping to get 6. I think we get about between 2.5 and 3 out of Jeffrey's. And this one was almost full, so. We're on our 4th little container, so it's almost 2 kilos. And I haven't opened. Yeah, out of 1 frame. I still haven't gone all the way in with the tool yet, so we've still got a quarter of a frame to go. So we'll probably get another container with a bit of luck. There's a bit more honey flowing out there now. That's good. How's it look on my camera? I can't even see it. Oh, I should go around and look at my camera and see what it's doing. Hope I can see that. I'll just change the angle a little bit. Oh yeah, no, that's alright. You can see all that. That's alright. You can see all that. Uncle Jeff would be happy if he gets to see this video. First time I've had my own flow hive with honey coming out. Sure way fly. Buzz fly. I just want to spoon it, eat it. What do you reckon? Just eat it? Just stick my mouth underneath the tube and just have it go straight in my mouth and go, oh yum. No, that'd be a bit wrong, wouldn't it? Oh, I think we might get ready for another container. What do you reckon? We're getting pretty close there. I said I'd probably get about 5 or 6, so that's 4 almost filled. And I haven't gone all the way in here yet. Certainly hot, I'm sweating. At least I'm all covered up and the sun's not burning me too much. Just my hands. Keep them here in the shade, I'll be right. Whoops, it's getting a bit full. Probably should have been watching that. I told you I'd do that again, didn't I? Look at that, nearly right to the top. Well, that's definitely 4 full containers. Lid. Awesome. All the way in now with the tools. It's all the way to the back. So now it's open all the way. We'll just see whatever's left and we'll get out. Probably pretty boring on my video just watching honey come out, but I reckon it's so cool. I could watch it for hours. It's like when I watch all my bees, I just watch them for hours. Just flowing out. You haven't got bits of bee in there, and you haven't got bits of wax, and you haven't got bits of pollen, and you might have a tiny bit of wax, because when it breaks the cell, sometimes some of the wax does go in. And that's why your honey crystallizes, because it has little bits of wax that you can't really see because they're so small. But it doesn't matter if it crystallizes, it's still honey. It's just that it goes a little bit candy or hard, but it's still fine, it's still honey, it doesn't hurt it. Some people put it in the fridge or the freezer to stop that from happening, but I don't think you need to. Shoe fly, don't want you in there. quite a bit coming out of there. The other thing is you have to remember is inside the beehive with all those bees, there's actually a lot of heat. So some people say, oh, your honey's flowing out too fast, it must be full of water, it must be too liquidy. But what happens is because of the heat, it makes the honey more runny. Honey is runny. And that's why it flows out so well. Which is surprising because today it's very, very hot, but it's not running super fast. But I didn't open the whole thing up. I'm just going in little bits because otherwise it would just pour honey and it might run all through the inside and we would lose a lot of the honey inside the beehive. This way you're not losing it. You can actually see bees here with little bits of wax, so they're already chewing the cappings off and they're trying to fix up the back here, so they're going to be trying to fix it all up again in a minute. Depending on how much comes out of this, we might have to put another container under here. See how we go. Sure, fly. I don't mind if a bee buzzes around because I can always pick the bee up and get it out, but I don't like flies in my honey. It wouldn't be very nice. I wonder if I've got a little container, because to fill one of them up it's going to be a waste really, isn't it? She fly. Oh, I know. Stay there. So what I'll do, if there's too much, I'll put this one in we've already started on, and I'll just top it up, and that's ours anyway. Although I may not need it. See how we go. It's almost full, that container. There might be a couple little bits of wax in there. So this is ours, what we're using inside. Oh, I need a new container lid now. Whoops. Hey, you got a bee buzzing near you. Aren't you lucky? Oh, trust me to drop the container. Hey, look at that. It landed sticky side up. Is that a good thing?
Watch what you're doing.
Yeah, I know. It's only a bee. So, that one's almost at the full mark. At least that one was a clean one and it's landed the same way. Okay. There's our 5th container, and that one over there is just going to get the dribbly bits that are left. Okay. So, because that's just about out, I'm going to take this out now. I'm going to put it in the top slot. It's there. And then that's going to close all those cells back up so the bees can then go in and put it all back together. Just go all the way in. Turn that. I just always push it on both sides. And it's all the way in. See, can't go in any further, so it's all the way home. Now all those cells are aligned again. So instead of being like that, we just had them, they're like that now. The bees are going to fix all the wax up and then going to put them all back full of honey again. So I can give you this one back. You can hang on to that for me. And then I've got the little one here which we can put back in. And this won't go in unless you've aligned them all. But you do have to be careful because if it's only this end that's aligned, it'll still fit. You've got to make sure that tool goes all the way home and you've pushed it all the way in. Because if you only push it in part way and they're not all aligned, it means some of them will be like this and the honey won't go in, it'll just run out. If they decide to try and put honey in it. So I'll put the little cover thing back on there and I'll just turn that a little bit. And we just let this last little bit run out. I think we've only put probably that much in the container and there's not much in there. Oop. And the little bit that's left in the trough, when you put this little plug in, it's a little hole in the bottom and the honey will drip out and the bees eat it. They'll collect it and they'll put it back in the cells. So they can either eat it or they can store it again. Sounds like our magpies are up and about. I think that's just about got all of our honey there. And we've got a busy bee coming around checking us out. It's a bit late, we've already taken all your honey. Just a little bit in there. Waste not, want not, we might as well get as much as we can. Oh, hello. You're coming back for a sniff, are you? Probably smells me and doesn't like me. Shoe fly. Shoe fly. Oh, there we go, it's all just dripping now. So we just grab the little tube and put the little cap back in the hole. So shoe fly. Just get all the honey off this little tube. Oop. Cool, so that's a little bit that we had before. A little tube, put a little cover back on the back. We'll take our little bee thing back off. As easy as that. All done. I'll just pause that for a minute. If I can find the pause button. Okay, so here's all the honey we got. It's the 4 containers. Or 5, sorry. 5 containers, so that's 2.5 kilos. Now I'll just show you in the back. So you probably see in there the bees are already starting to work on the frame in here and starting to patch it up and repair the wax. You can see little bits of wax on them where they're pulling the wax capping off. Hopefully you can see that. I can't see through my suit at the moment because I've got my veil on, but I can make out that they're pulling all the little wax cappings off. So they'll clean it all up, clean up the cells, they'll re-wax the cells, and they'll fill them up with honey again. That was another great day playing with my bees. Pretty cool. Well, thanks very much for coming along, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye for now.